Now the next area is the aspect of what's been going on with what we're doing in healthcare. Now, on average, our peer states like Ohio, Illinois, have approximately 23 or 24% of their veterans enrolled in VA healthcare. Currently, Michigan is ranked someplace around 18%. And so, what the benefits are out of healthcare, if you have family members that are friends that are struggling because of income levels, because of exposures to pre-existing conditions, this is a great benefit to allow them to maybe get off of Medicaid, to help them with drug assistance, to help them with mental health issues, to help them with a variety of different benefits. Now, it's a fairly simple form to sign up for healthcare, which is what they call the 1010-EZ. Now, the 1010-EZ is a form that you can go to your Veteran Service Counselor with. You need your DD-214, which is your discharge papers. And the representative and senator are going to be helping me get those off of microfiche this year. Aren't you guys? And because our microfiche reader is getting very mature. But we're working through that, and we'll have that put together, but we will have that on a database. And so you get your 1010, or you get your DD-214, and then fill out the records on your 1010-EZ, and that helps you get to the healthcare process. Now, much like what we dealt with when we were in the military, it's a bureaucracy. And so I recognize that it's a bit of a challenge to get that situation up and running, but eventually after about, they're saying on average about 6 months, you will be able to get health care. And there's levels and areas that you can work through on that, but there are ways to get that put together. And we believe that we'll have a better quality of life and better opportunities for veterans when they get into health care. Now, we're also ranked number 47th on what they call pensions and compensations. Now, pensions and compensations come in two different classifications. One is pre-existing conditions because of exposure. What that means, like I was in armor, and so if you have hearing loss, and my daughters are saying I have selective hearing loss right now. You have diabetes, cancer, served in the first Desert War, and there's the Gulf War syndrome. Those are all pre-existing conditions. In general, you qualify for pension going through the paperwork and the bureaucracy. That takes about 6 months to a year to go through that. Our VFWs, American Legions, DAVs, Marine Corps Leagues all have great service officers to help with that. The next area is what they call aid in attendance. And aid in attendance is primarily for people that are on fixed income, served in combat, that are having a hard time living independently. Again, it's a bureaucratic process to get through, but those dollars are running someplace around $2,400, $1,900, $2,800, depending on a couple, what the level of disabilities are per month. The pensions run any place from approximately $3,000 to $5,000 a year for benefits. We also have the aspect of what we're doing on burial issues. That seems to be going pretty well as far as activities out there. Now, the other area that we have been aggressively working on is this aspect of homelessness and the aspect of what we're doing with the prison systems. As you know, when you come back in World War II, on average, you were in combat about 100 days. In Vietnam, you were in combat about 360 a year, someplace in that. And right now, we are seeing people doing multiple tours. And because of that, we are having a higher propensity for disabilities. Those disabilities are closed head injuries because we're patching these people up and getting them back home. They're getting put together, but we're having a lot more closed head injuries, PTSD, traumatic brain injuries. And we're seeing those people winding up in the court system. Now, in the House, I know Representative Bumstead has been very supportive. Our chairman, Kurt Gamro, has been working on legislation on the veterans courts issues, trying to get a rational, replicable model very similar to what they have done in the Buffalo, New York area. They've done committee hearings, and this will help us at least identify veterans before they get too far into the court system. We're seeing that there has been an uptick in this. We are also seeing is that a lot of people coming back from Iraq and Afghanistan have a pile of money. They have this adrenaline rush because of what they have been dealing with in their military experience, and have not been able to deal with the coming off of the stresses of combat. We are also seeing in approximately the numbers that they're talking about, and these are broad numbers, is that someplace between 1 in 10 and 1 in 15 people that are homeless are veterans. And so there has been a large amount of efforts through our veterans organizations, along with Sencheki, who's the head of the VA, to address homeless veterans issues. Now there are dollars flowing through. We're working with our non-government, not-for-profit partners like the Salvation Army, various homeless shelters to help identify those. But one of the big areas that we have found is that people that are interacting with homeless individuals are not asking whether they're veterans. And we've got great partners. For example, Goodwill in Detroit. I've been down a couple different times meeting with them. And for example, they're working with approximately 22,000 homeless people a year. And until our outreach missions, they had never asked if you're a veteran. And because you know that the stresses of combat, the background information, or the types of things that they're dealing with becomes very much a challenge. The other things that we've been working on is a strategic plan for the homes. And when you look at our Grand Rapids home with its rich history going back to dealing with homeless Civil War veterans in 1885, we've worked with our board members from the VFW, the American Legion that are on the Grand Rapids home and the Marquette home to come up with a Modernization Act. I'm still trying to determine what it means to mature and digest veterans, but that is part of the Act of 1885. We are also then working on modernization of the 1947 Act of the Trust Fund. The Trust Fund was set up after World War II to help with poverty issues for veterans, and sadly, because of some strategies that the previous generation did, we are still at $50 million today, and we're working on to encourage better investments and a better return so we can get more dollars out to our veterans. Just finished up our audit and it turned out very well.